What's good, yo? Yo, Bird. You do laundry? Yeah, we're on the Pirates, gents. How we doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, Do Better by Gunna is one of my favorite songs of all time. I need to see the Nats do better is what I need to fucking say. Big news for the Nats today. I'm going to get my Nats bullshit out of the way because I know you guys don't care, but I do. Steven Strasburg debuting tomorrow. We're getting Strass back. Happy Strassmas. Got my little bobblehead right here, my man's. Super excited to see what he's got left in the tank. Super duper excited. The expectations are low, but I'm really, really excited. How we doing, guys? Chat. Super, super stoked for today's show. I do think Josiah Gray pitches well today. I think they win. I think the Nats win. The Marlins hosted a team meeting the other day, actually yesterday before the game, and then they ended up blowing them out. I think they'll be complacent today. I think they fixed everything, and the Nats can catch them sleeping after they scored a bunch of runs against them. I like Josiah Gray on the road. Anytime this guy's on the road, I'm cool with backing him. Will I be betting on him? Nope. Not allowed to bet him because I'm biased as shit, but they're winning tonight. They're taking down Sandy. Sandy's been a little too good. I think we can get to him. Nelson Cruz has been hitting better. Juan Soto's been hitting better. Cesar Hernandez is decent. That's my spiel on the Nats. And we're calling up our top prospect within the next 2 weeks, Kay Cavalli, starting pitcher. So super, super stoked for the future of this team. Our GM pretty much announced yesterday on a local radio station that we're going to be trading all of our guys whose contracts expire. So Nelson Cruz is gone. Josh Bell, which really sucks because I like him. They're actually doing his bobblehead day on Saturday. He's gone. We do have a partner in crime today. I don't know what he's doing in the background. Javon, are you good to go, man? Yeah. What's up, bro?
What's up? What's up?
How about them Rays? How about it?
Oh my God.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Taylor Walls, man.
What a guy. I mean, that guy stinks. I can't believe it. I can't believe he did it. I was literally saying in my living room, there's no way this dude gets a hit. And then he clanks one off the foul pole. Electric.
Yeah. So I was with one of my friends at the Lightning game, and it was kind of like during a stop and play. So we like turned it on our phone a little bit, and we were like, 2 strikes. We're like, we might as well not even try and put it on. And then we got like the notification of it because we both had those set up before the like we actually saw it, and we were like, there's no way that just happened.
Oh yeah, it happened. Hell yeah, it happened. Hey, sometimes you're the shoe, sometimes you're the bug. In that case, we were the big old shoe. That's how gambling goes, man. Sometimes you're on the right side and you get screwed. Sometimes you're on the wrong side and you get blessed. We got blessed. The Rays won in probably the most Rays fashion of all time yesterday, winning a baseball game with 3 hits. Incredible. The most Rays win you could possibly draw up. They got it done. And now I've got my money on Mitch Keller, like an absolute psycho right now. Looks like he's got a runner on and 1 out. I don't know why I'm doing it to myself. But I'm betting on Mitch Keller today, and I'm betting on the Royals today. How about them apples? Any takes on those games? I know the Pirates game already started. But What are you thinking about this Royals-Jays game? That line's pretty freaking short. I know people are itching for some day action today, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really trying my hardest not to bet on that game because I do like the Royals. It's a short line. I'm struggling to kind of. I got myself to stay away from the Pirates game because I just didn't want to bet that game. But I might have to end up taking the Royals.
Take them. I'm on them. They win today. They haven't scored a run this whole series. Why are they plus 120? Well, I don't know. I took the run line though. I'm not a sicko. Took the run line, taking the run. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game than people were expecting. We've seen 2 lower scoring games than expected in the first 2 of the series. Both have gone under. I think we see it today. I see the Royals winning 3-2 in this one. I'm not extremely impressed by Kikuchi, especially coming off of his last start. He got roughed up a little bit. But I'm not going to sit here and say that, Brady Singer is the truth. That dude's either going to throw, a 2-hit shutout, or he's going to throw, he's going to give up 8 runs by the 3rd inning. So at least we'll know early. Early, which is cool. I've got the Royals at plus 1.5 at minus 130. Minus 130. And then I've obviously got the Pirates locked in right now, which is already active at minus 118 ML. They've got 2 outs. Mitch Keller, who's been pitching better than people have been talking. People have been talking a lot of trash about Mitch Keller. His last couple starts, he's been okay, including a good start against the Dodgers. So we'll see what happens. How was that game last night? Was it fun?
Dude, it was awesome. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. It's good to see.
How many tall boys?
Yeah, we kept it to a minimum. But
you kept it good, kept it responsible.
Yeah, well, because we went to like some pretty nice. They have like a buffet, super expensive buffet, like inside the stadium. That's like a restaurant in itself that we went to before the game. So
got one of those all-inclusive joints.
Yeah, it's not like exclusive, but you have to make like reservations pretty decently far in advance. So
okay, very cool.
I was the beneficiary of that. They had a little nice kind of steak and lobster buffet. Got ready before the game.
Wow, what a day!
What a day!
What a day you had. That sounds a little bit better than a Rays game. I'll be honest with you.
That sounds pretty much anything does at this point.
Oh, we got 1st and 2nd, 2 outs now with Mitch Keller on the bump. Come on, buddy. Show some heart. Well, speaking of food, you were just talking about some buffet type shit. We've got my guy Chef T coming on here at around 1:30 Eastern time. He's going to be cooking up some crab cakes live while we're talking sports. I'm cooking up winners in the lab in my kitchen here. He's cooking up crab cakes. It's going to be super, super fun. And he's got a little game prepared where he's going to, name a couple of really cool ballpark foods. And we're going to try to guess, what park those are in and stuff like that. So super stoked to hear what he's found. I know I'm a huge MLB ballpark guy. I'm trying to eventually go to every park at some point. Got like a little map in my room, scratching stuff off. So I'm super into that, seeing, what cool foods are at each place. I know what's good at the local places, but not super hip to, West Coast and out there. So excited to have him on. Before we get to him, we're going to talk some, season-ending MLB awards, like some predictions, what we think is going on. But first, I want to talk about Josh Hader. Josh Hader blowing his first save in, definitely at least this season. I think it's been about a year. The dude hasn't given up a run all year. Gave up 2 solo bombs to the Phillies, of course. Hysterical. Of course, it's the Phillies. First blown save since like May. It's unbelievable. The dude's an absolute machine. Number one, I don't care if he gave up 7 runs last night. He's still probably the best closer right now in baseball, in my opinion. The dude's pretty much unhittable. What a run. What a run from Hader. And fuck the Phillies, pretty much, is what I'm trying to say. Ridiculous comeback. Were you on the Phils?
I was. And it was funny because literally minutes before that, I don't know if you saw that, but somebody tweeted me and they're like, dude, you should go buy a lottery ticket, because it was right after I think the Lightning scored the empty net goal to cash my little ladder. Okay. So somebody responded me to that, and then I saw the 2 straight alerts of Hader giving up solo shots, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I have to.
Unbelievable, Javon. Unbelievable. As Mitch Keller gets out of that inning, never in doubt, striking out Javi Baez. Well, I'm not scared of one bit. He'll probably hit a grand slam today. Probably have 3 strikeouts and a grand slam. Josh Hader blowing saves. That's wild. We'll see what happens in his next appearance. I'm extremely interested. But but the dude's a dog. I don't care if he blew a save. He's still one of the best, pitchers in baseball, in my opinion. How about Alejandro Kirk living up to the gas we were giving him yesterday, going 4 for 5 yesterday after we talked about him? Get this man to a damn All-Star game. Get him to the All-Star game. I want to see Alejandro Kirk running the bases. I want to see him facing the best of the best. I want to see him active. I think he deserves it, honestly. It's honestly not even really a joke at this point. The dude's actually raking.
Yeah,
he's actually really raking. He's hitting 320. They can't keep him out of the lineup. Jensen, which really sucks for the Blue Jays, he's hurt. He just went back on the IL. He's been hurt so much. Gosh. So we're going to be seeing a lot of Alejandro Kirk over the next 2 weeks. He'll be catching almost every day. Really excited to continue to see how he develops. He's only 23 years old. Pretty ridiculous. I thought he was a little older than that. He's literally younger than me by a couple months. So pretty wild. That dude keeps raking. Alejandro Kirk, if you're listening to this, which you're definitely not, you're my favorite MLB player not on the Nationals. So keep it up, my man. I know Leafs fan likes him. Leafs fan, Kirk is a beast. Love watching that dude play. And Arias, I was talking about how he's a line drive machine. He did his job yesterday. They didn't win, obviously, but he got a bunch of base hits yesterday. That dude is so hard to get out. Cool to see some of the players we talked about yesterday, have immediate good results that night, right? Kind of shows that we were spot on. So I thought that was pretty dope. I know Marcus Semion's starting to heat up now. I think that everyone trashing him, early in the year is going to be eating their words by the end of the season. Kind of noted at that, last week, but he's starting to get going. I'm pretty sure he hit 3 home runs yesterday, 1 in the first and 2 in the second. So dude's an absolute stud. Fruity said he could army crawl faster than Kirk could run. Yeah, but Fruity, you couldn't hit a baseball like this dude. I also think that he has a smaller strike zone because he's so tiny. I think the umpires, whether they're doing it on purpose or not, the dude gets good calls. He gets a small strike zone. He's just a little dude. How can you not root for him? I am super stoked. Get the man to the All-Star game. I'm voting for him to get in 1,000%. 1,000%. I need to get a jersey, honestly.
Should.
How about the Marlins yesterday? Gosh, they held a team meeting before the game. Apparently it didn't go too well from what some of the beat writers were saying. The coach was even saying afterwards, I don't know how they're going to come out today. Well, they came out pretty darn good against Fadone, what my roommate calls him, Jonah Doan. Fadone, because you just fade him every time and you make money. The dude stinks. I feel so bad for him. He'll be back down in the minors in probably a week or so. He's just not ready. But, of course, he didn't give up a run in the first, which is hysterical. Can't make it up. I think it was the first time this season he hasn't given up a run in the first.
Yeah, unbelievable. We were talking about too much. I even said it yesterday when we were talking about it. I was like, this is about to be a nerfy for sure. Yeah.
But, yeah, the Marlins held a team meeting. They dropped like a 12-piece on the Nats last night. Edward Cabrera looks legit to me. That dude is disgustingly good. His pitch arsenal is gross. He's got 4 really good pitches. That dude's going to be a stud, for the next 10 years in the league. Really excited to watch him pitch. I'm pissed he's in the NL East. This Marlins rotation scares me to death. They are going to be so good for the next couple years. They've got so many good young arms. If they can just figure out how to hit baseballs, they can win some games. They really can. Maybe if Derek Jeter didn't trade their entire team, they'd be able to score a little bit more runs. They really are struggling at the plate.
They score a lot at home. It's just the way that's the issue. Like they hit their team total at the 3rd highest rate at home this year out of all teams. So like it's on the road, and if anything, that's where they're starting to struggle. But I mean, they're starting to get it together a little bit as far as consistency wise, I think. So hopefully they can keep that going for a little bit. I want to see them, compete.
100%. They do struggle against lefties too. I know Jazz is like they'll literally bench him against left-handed pitching. He can't hit. He had a day yesterday though. He had at least a home run. I think he might have had 2.
Yeah.
And how about the Angels? How about those Angels, man? Found another way to lose. I know you probably weren't watching. You were out, having a good time, but they found another way to lose. Broke my heart. Someone said in the chat. Me too, my man. Wow. That was brutal. Mike Trout got hurt, number one. As soon as that happened, I knew we were chalked. But Joe Adele went in and actually produced very well after that. He had an RBI double later in that game, filling in for him. So shout out him. But gosh, the Angels are finding ways to lose. This reminds me of the D-backs last year when the D-backs lost like legit 20 games in a row. I'm getting D-backs vibes right now from the Angels. I think they're toast. They stink. They'll probably win today. I honestly don't even know if I can bet them. They've got Detmers on the mound. This dude stinks. He's better at home, right? Isn't he better at home, I think, than he is on the road? But
pretty much
I don't know if I can back him.
Rotation is. It's really weird. Not weird.
I mean, they've lost the last 2 games by combined 2 runs. It's disgusting. They're a small dog against Eovaldi. How do I not bet it?
Just don't bet it.
Just don't bet it?
Yeah, just don't.
Even if they win?
Just don't.
God, I really want to hit an Angels bet. I really do. Oh, why are they that short of a dog against Eovaldi?
I will say something I've noticed. One of my favorite props is in those games on a hitter.
Okay.
Those teams, like even when the hitter cashes, they tend to lose. Like Morel yesterday. I mean, there's a couple other guys, but like, if you're looking for any kind of silver lining, they do have no Xander Bogaerts either in the lineup because he's out today. But
okay, that's a win. Yeah. He's hurt. He got hurt in the game. I hope he's okay. I fucking love Xander Bogaerts. That dude's a stud. Gosh, his Pirates lineup stinks. Besides Brian Hayes and Reynolds, they're not great.
Yeah. Reynolds hasn't been too good as of late either.
I know. It's in there though. It's in there.
Just gotta let him go to the Dodgers.
Were you shocked to see Joe Madden get fired yesterday?
Yeah. I mean, I thought kind of at this point, obviously I'm pretty biased as he, used to be the Rays coach, but I felt like he had reached kind of that point where you're not going to fire the guy. You're going to let him kind of leave on his own terms.
He's borderline a Hall of Fame manager.
Yeah. I like obviously he deserves to be fired at this point, but I wasn't expecting it to come so soon or to be a straight firing. I thought it would have been like one of those like mutual agreements to leave. That's what shocked me more than anything.
Yeah, I'm with you. Usually, out of respect, they let those guys kind of walk away on their own terms. Goes to show you that it's not pretty out there in LA right now. It's not pretty. It's disappointing. I'm watching Shohei's at bats. He doesn't look good up there. I'm watching Trout. I mean, Trout finally got going the last 2 days, and then of course he got hurt last night, which is brutal. This Angels team does not impress me at all. They need Rendon back. That dude has glass bones. He's always freaking hurt. They don't impress me one bit, man. They were getting gassed up earlier in the year. They were on fire. I get it. But they don't impress me at all. Their rotation doesn't impress me at all. Shohei and Syndergaard do not scare me pitching in the postseason if they even get to that point, to be completely honest with you. I would love to play the Angels in the postseason if they get to that point. And I know that's not a hot take. They've lost 12 games in a row. Give me a break.
Yeah.
But they have 2 of the best players, debatably, in all baseball, in Shohei and Trout, and they can't win baseball games. Give me a break. It's embarrassing. That's why they fired Joe Madden. I've never been a big Joe Madden guy. I think he's kind of a nut, but he has taken some really shitty teams far and won World Series. So respect to him. I don't wish on anyone getting fired. I've said this before, but I honestly think that it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. It should be a kick in the butt for the Angels. Figure it out. You have 2 generational talents on your team, and you got Syndergaard, who's looking like he's going to have a good year this year. Figure it out. I don't know what else to say. That Angels team is extremely disappointing. Either figure it out or trade your guys at the deadline because they're a joke.
Yeah, 100%.
What about someone asked if we have any action in this early game? I'm on the Pirates money line. Are you on anything in this game?
No.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I kind of donate in the morning game, so I'm trying to mitigate that.
Yeah. Hey, seriously, if you notice that you're not winning games during the day, then take the day games off. No harm.
Yeah.
Plenty of games today to bet on.
I'll be honest. The first game, I just donate, and I'm just like, you know what? Let me let one
take the first game off. Sure. And I'm on the Royals plus 1.5 in game 2, which I still think you should take with me, but that's just me.
Well, I'll probably ride it.
Also, shout out the prize picks yesterday. The 2-piece hold the fry. Absolutely nuked it. It smacked. Was the freest, easiest bet of all time. The props soared over. Good fucking shit, Javon. Good fucking shit. Keep it up. Keep it up.
It's a goal.
If people are asking me like where you post your shit and stuff like that, like where should people be listening? Where are they gonna find your spoon-fed squares?
Yeah, I mean, I try to keep it to the show, the stream, the spaces. I'm gonna start posting it more, but I try to keep it there just because there's so many different like ways to describe it. I don't know. I like to get my full pitch around it as far as just not instead of just posting like the pick itself. You know what I'm saying?
It's facts.
I'm keeping it on. I'll start posting a lot more. I'll start getting more prize picks out. Start giving like kind of the med kits from our spaces and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't change your strategy or like send more bets or anything, but let the people know if you're on something so they can tail and we can all get rich together. And if you don't follow Javon on Twitter, drop a follow. His @'s right up there on the screen. You're missing out on free money. You're being an idiot if you don't follow him.
Yeah, I mean, there's like, I try to keep it small just because I give my confident ones, but I have a lot that I'm on.
Yeah, well, you can still get out your confident ones. I mean, I honestly, Javon, I wouldn't change a single thing you're doing right now, bro. Straight up, it'd be dumb to. Don't change a thing. You're killing it. You want to talk about some of these future MLB plays, some awards. I want to kind of pick your brain on those and see what you're thinking. I guess we could start with MVP. These odds are from.
You can start on yours first, just because they're cutting the grass for a second outside, so it'll be a little loud.
Word, you're good. Sounds like a plan. I will go to my MVP picks right now. NL MVP odds, Mookie Betts is the favorite right now at plus 290. And then you got Machado and Goldie right behind at plus 425. Alonso's plus 800. Harper's somehow still at plus 900. And Arenado and Freeman are following, and Trey Turner's there too. I'll give a value play, and I'll give a realistic play who I actually think is going to win. And gosh, Brian Reynolds is on this list. What the hell? Jake Cronenworth's on this list. Super, super weird. Your guy Lindor is at plus 3,000. Way shorter odds than when you gave that out about a month ago on here. So good shit on that. But to be honest with you, and CJ Cron's on this list too at plus 3,000. There's some weird names on here. I think a good bet, honestly, if I had to take something right now, a guy that's on a team that makes him a little bit overshadowed. He's not talked about as much, but in my opinion, at the end of the season, this guy will have probably the best overall stats in all of the NL. It's my guy Trey Turner. At plus 2,500. Are you kidding me? Look at this dude's numbers. I understand he's getting overshadowed by Mookie Betts and the rest of that Dodgers team, obviously, but the guy hasn't skipped a beat. He steals bases. He plays defense. He plays multiple positions. He hits for power. He hits for contact. The dude literally does everything. The fact that he's only at plus 2,500 is absurd. I mean, I get it because there's a guy on his team that's better, right? There's already a guy on his team that's considered better. I'm watching the Pirates game right now. They just couldn't even turn double play. Ridiculous. Mookie Betts, I get it, right? Like he's, as of right now, the season ends, the dude's winning 100%. Plus 290, no fucking chance that anyone should ever take that. Plus 290 on an MVP future is ridiculous. Is there a good chance that he wins? 100%. But there's negative value, and this isn't like betting on one game. This is betting on the rest of the season. Anything could happen. Mookie Betts could get injured. I hope he doesn't, but could get hurt. That's absolutely absurd that he's only plus 290. Do not take that. I wouldn't take any futures, honestly, if they're shorter than plus 1,000. And that's just my opinion. But I think Trey Turner at plus 2,500 is insane value. And if I had to take one NL MVP prop, that would be the one. Another guy who I think is definitely heating up right now and has a chance if he can stay healthy the rest of the year and keep doing what he's doing. Ronald Acuna. Ronald Acuna plus 3,000. Maybe I have a little bit of recency bias, but the dude's been absolutely raking the last week or two. He's back. I mean, we know what Ronald Acuna is. The dude's an absolute stud. Don't be surprised to see him win an MVP either. And at plus 3,000, there's some serious value. I know the dude missed a couple weeks, which is really, really tough. It's tough to win an MVP when you miss a bunch of games. That's just facts. and the Pirates stink. What are they doing? What are they doing?
The Pirates.
Catch the ball, dude. Goodness gracious, catch the ball. Stupid bet. Ollie, I don't know. Should I let you talk me into that? The fucking Pirates stink. This dude stinks. Gosh, man. What the hell? Catch the pop-up, buddy. Gosh, I really want to go to a Pirates game, too. That stadium is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But those are my two NL picks. Trey Turner, more realistic. Ronald Acuna, a little bit more of a long shot, although they both have good odds. Higher than plus 2,500. Let's go to the AL MVP. Aaron Judge, not surprisingly, he's there at plus 200. And then you got Shohei at plus 300, which is just absolutely ridiculous. He shouldn't be there. Mike Trout plus 400, and then Jose Ramirez at plus 1,100. And then Vladdy's creeping, plus 1,800. That's the top five. And then you got a couple guys, plus 2,000. Buxton, Alvarez, Devers, Franco's at plus 4,000. Give me a break. Luis Robert. If Aaron Judge stays healthy, he's winning the MVP. There's no doubt about it. He plays in the easiest park. He hits balls opposite field that I can literally kick out of the park. It's not fair that he plays there, but it is what it is. The dude, if he can stay healthy, he's winning MVP. Baseball, it'd be good for baseball if he wins an MVP. The dude's been absolute balling. Don't get me wrong. He's a stud. I like watching him play. I don't care if he's on the Yankees. I like watching that dude play baseball. He's really fucking good. No chance I'd ever take a plus 200 future on an MVP. That's absolutely ridiculous. But if he stays healthy, which is a big if, the dude is always hurt. He's winning the MVP. But a guy you could take with way better value, I give two here. Jose Ramirez at plus 1,100, who people for some reason don't talk about enough. The dude is a five-tool player. He steals bases. He hits for power. He hits for contact. He plays defense. The dude's a stud. He's on a team that a lot of people don't like talking about. They're boring. But that dude's absolutely balling this season. And another guy with a little bit more value would be Vlad Guerrero, who's starting to get going too. That guy, if anyone can have an incredible second half that puts him over the top and gives him the MVP, it's that guy. And he's starting to get going. He's got 6 home runs in his last 12 games, something like that. Absolutely balling. If he gets going, expect Toronto to make the playoffs and do something about it. That lineup scares me. Now, Ryu is probably going to be out for the year. What people are saying, they're definitely going to have to go out and get some arms. But that lineup is scary if they can stay healthy. And he keeps carrying them because the team comes and goes with Vladdy. That's just facts. Bo Bichette's really cool, but the team comes and goes with Vlad. Simple facts. They got on the street when he started hitting again. Everything comes and goes with him. Plus 1,800 is great value, in my opinion. I think he keeps it up, and I think he has a real shot to win. But Judge, it's in his hands at this point. Like he's absolutely balling this year.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think I'm definitely in the same boat as the MVP. I don't see how if Judge stays healthy and keeps playing like this that he doesn't win the MVP. But as far as like a value pick, I think the person that will be most in the running in that second spot, because I think like as far as the odds go, it's Ohtani and Trout right now. They're not going to be there by the end of the year. But
that's absolutely ridiculous that those guys are there right now. I'll be completely honest.
Yeah. I think like by the numbers and everything, Jose Ramirez 100% should be in the conversation. He should be a lot closer in odds. He should be getting more respect than he is. I just don't see him getting that at the end of the day. So I think the two people that will be in the running will be, I think it'll be Vladdy and I think it'll be Devers. And I think it'll be whoever's team goes on the biggest run and contends for that second spot in the AL East or obviously the wild card as well. I think it's whoever makes that run as a team, I think is honestly going to be in that second spot as far as MVP goes.
You've talked about it before. Storylines matter.
Storylines matter for a lot because that's
1,000% baseball.
MVP is a narrative-driven award. I think in the MLB, it's a little less so than maybe the NBA or the NFL, but it matters because these are, the writers of baseball that are voting on these at the end of the day. So I think whichever team has the biggest run at the end of the season or even starting now, which I would probably lean to Vladdy just because there's so much firepower in that offense that they probably have a really good chance to do it. I wouldn't count Boston out either, but I think with Devers and the rest of that offense, there's a lot more pieces that can get that attention like JD and Xander Bogaerts and Trevor Story if he continues to pick it up in a kind of a little lull right now. But
yep.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's Blue Jays versus Red Sox, honestly.
Vogelback. God, dude. Vogelback, warning track power. Wake up, dude. Wake up.
Big Dan.
That guy's also hysterical. He's right behind Kirk for me, for maybe most favorite player out there. He's hysterical.
Love him.
What are you thinking about in the NL?
Yeah, so I mean, in the NL, it's definitely Mookie's to lose. I think it's in the same spot as the AL MVP. Yeah, if I were to give somebody right now, honestly, like I've said Lindor before, I think Pete Alonso still is at pretty decent value for what this Mets team is continuing to do. And as far as narrative and everything, they're a fantastic team that's not usually this good, which I think when you look at the history of kind of MVPs in sports, that's what they look for. They look for like the Vladis with the Blue Jays, the Otanis with the Angels, not saying they're the same player, but they bring kind of the same new spark and energy as a new team at the top of the standings. So I think that's what he's going to do. Obviously, he's putting up fantastic numbers. I think if he continues that, he'll be in a pretty good spot as well. It's hard to ignore kind of guys like Goldie and Machado, but I think Pete Alonso, with what he's been doing, I think he's in a little better spot for the value that he's at right now. Personally, I don't ever consider any futures below like 600-700, so I don't really see any value in Mookie or Goldie or Machado, because I feel like at that point, between Goldie, Machado, Pete Alonso, maybe even Acuna too, I think that's another one where you're betting on teams, and I feel more comfortable betting on the Mets than any of those teams, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all. Hopefully Pete Alonso's okay. I know he got nailed in the hand last night and looked like he broke his hand or something. Hoping that dude's all right. I know he's on the Mets, whatever. He's still awesome. I like watching that dude play. Talk about a dude that loves playing baseball. That dude. He's out there smiling, having a good time every time he's out there. You got to root for guys like that. Have to. And I've never understood, why do umpires behind the plates, why do they got to make the call when the check swings on their own? Why can't they just ask for help? I don't get it. Like, why you got to make your job harder and not give it to someone else whose job is to look for that? I don't get it. It's unbelievable. I also got to shout out my guy Packy Naughton, who's starting today for St. Louis, Virginia Tech Hokie. We'll see how that goes. But
I hope not well.
Against your Rays. So I don't know how you guys have been hitting lefties recently, but I only expect him to probably go a couple innings. He's kind of like an opener type, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, he's a reliever, so I like the kid. I'm extremely, extremely biased. I wouldn't bet on him just because I just said his name. Have you guys been hitting lefties recently? You haven't really been hitting anyone recently, but
yeah, I mean, we haven't been hitting anyone, so I think he's in a good spot. But I think as far as I think it's really dependent on the lineup that we bring out, because yesterday we really shook up the lineup. Like, I don't know if you saw that. We had Randy leading off, Kevin Kiermaier hitting cleanup. Like, there's a lot of things. So I think that's going to kind of continue throughout the series to be like wildly different from, game to game, just a couple days. So I'm interested to see what they bring out as far as, because we stack righties all in our lineup. That's kind of our thing. We platoon everybody. So I don't know what they're going to bring out today, and that'll interest me more than anything, because, I mean, the guy's an opener at the end of the day, so I don't know how much we can do it. But
yeah, you can't really factor in that he's a lefty that much because he's only going to pitch 2 innings probably.
Yeah.
And also, the Rays are definitely a team that you have to check their lineup before you bet on them, honestly, because they're rolling out a different lineup every single fucking day.
Yeah, and the thing with I was talking about this last night with a couple of guys. The splits numbers on the Rays are not reliable to check because they changed the lineup so much. Like, for example, like Kevin Kiermaier's numbers against lefties are going to be included in the Rays team total numbers, and he's not ever going to start against a lefty. So I think when people look at those, because a lot of them are computed differently, so you see kind of wildly different numbers across sites. So I think that's something you definitely have to look at, and that's why, especially against a lefty, you wait to check the lineup.
Agreed. You want to talk Rookie of the Year real quick?
Let's do it.
Okay. And now, Rookie of the Year literally just said, don't bet on anyone shorter than plus 1,000 for an award. But I mean, I know who's going to win this award. It's Mackenzie Gore.
Yeah,
he's going to win this award at plus 150. If he stays healthy, that dude's winning. He's but he's light years ahead of anyone else on here. Maybe Nolan Gorman, who's got the second shortest odds at plus 250. That dude's also really fucking good. But Mackenzie Gore looks like an ace right now. And he's a rookie. The dude's unbelievable. He's living up to all the hype. He's a top prospect for the Padres, and he's coming out here as a lefty, and he's absolutely shoving every time he pitches. I don't really think he's had a bad start all year. Extremely consistent. The dude is insanely dominant from the left side of the mound. I really like this fucking kid. I wish this kid was on the Nats. I like rooting for him. I'm jealous of Delberto. Delberto, if you're listening to this, man, you got a good one. That rotation is scary with guys like Mackenzie Gore. In the back end of your rotation. Are you kidding me? That rotation's scary. If Yu Darvish pitches like he's been pitching, if he pitches like he pitched last night, they've got a couple guys like Clevenger. I mean, he's probably their 5, which is ridiculous to say. If Mike Clevenger is your 5, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
They're almost like the Brewers, where they have a really good, solid 1 through 5 rotation, except they have a good hitting lineup, and they don't even have their best player. So I could see the Padres making some serious noise. We haven't really seen that ever. So it's kind of hard to say that, but I could see this team making some serious noise. If guys like Mackenzie Gore are continuing to pitch like they are, they haven't even gotten their best player back into Tatis. Like, he's one of the best players in the world. So I'm super stoked to watch, what happens with this team, how it plays out. And I like Mackenzie Gore to win the Rookie of the Year. I know it's plus 150. I'm not betting it, but I'm telling you right now, this dude's winning the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely his to lose. Nolan Gorman sure could go on a run, but I think Mackenzie Gore has been too good over the the last however long. He's been really dominant. I think if you're looking for a value play, I think you go with one of the 2 young arms of Edward Cabrera and Roansy Contreras, or Rosny, or however you say his name.
Pirates good.
Yeah, I mean, those are guys that just been brought up, so it's not like the sample size is too big to say like, oh, they've been dominant for a long stretch of time. But like I said, I don't see anybody challenging Gore who's been up for the full course of the season. So if you're looking for any value, I think that's where you find those guys. I mean, those guys are sitting 3,500 and plus 4,000, and those guys have been really, really filthy to start, their first couple starts. So, I mean, I'm not going to take it yet personally, but if you're looking for decent value and just kind of a stab in the dark in case Gore like really falls off or, God forbid he gets hurt, I think that's where you can find it.
Couldn't agree more. I like Edward Cabrera here as a value play. Plus 4,000. You kidding me? The dude's had 2 absolutely dominant starts. He almost threw a no-hitter in his first start.
Yeah.
He's legit. We've known this dude's legit. He's going to have a very successful, very long career. Really pissed he's in the NL East. I'm scared. I'll tell you right now, the next time he pitches in DC, I'll be at that game. I need to see that dude pitch live.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's up against Strasburg and not Patrick Corbin. Whew. Okay. AL Rookie of the Year. J-Rod is plus 150 as well. Just like, Mackenzie Gore is a plus 150, zero value at all. This J-Rod dude is a stud. He's leading the league in stolen bases. He's starting to really hit the ball well and have really good at-bats. He had a home run last night, a huge home run against Houston after the bench is cleared. The dude is taking some mature at-bats and looking like the prospect he was supposed to be. The first couple weeks he was up, he really struggled. Same with Bobby Witt. A lot of these guys, that's how it goes. It takes them a little bit to settle in. These guys are young as shit. They haven't seen pitching like this ever. It takes them a little bit to settle in. J-Rod is officially here. This dude's a stud. Would I take him at plus 150 here? Hell no. I'm looking at this list. There's guys like Reed Detmers, who's like 10th on the list at plus 3,500. The AL Rookie of the Year this list is absolutely absurd. If I had to take someone on this list, honestly, it might be your guy Shane Baz, to be completely honest with you. At plus 5,000, he's about to come back. But I guess, a more realistic play here, I'd probably take Bobby Witt at plus 900. He's been playing like shit, but I know it's in there, and he could easily turn it around. And if guys like J-Rod and Jeremy Pena, who are the only 2 guys that have shorter odds, if one of those 2 or both those guys cool off a little bit, and Bobby Witt has a great second half, he's definitely a fan favorite and was the most talked about prospect. I mean, he's the number 1 prospect in baseball. I could see him winning the shit if he figures it out. I wouldn't say he's playing terrible, but he's just kind of going through the motions out there, like not doing anything crazy. That's probably who I'd play here.
Yeah, I mean, for the price and for the prices, all the way down the list, I'd say Bobby Witt's the value play here. As far as the two guys at the top, I almost lean towards Jeremy Pena.
Okay.
Just because I think, first of all, he has been amazing in that lineup. I know he hasn't been as good as he really started the season off, but he's been like the key piece of that bottom of that lineup. You got guys at the bottom who are really struggling, like Yuli Gurriel and Jason Casper, even, or whoever they put out a catcher, Martin Maldonado too. They've both been terrible, and all of them have been terrible, really. And even when he's at the top of the lineup too, he's been kind of that bridge guy with Bregman really struggling this year. So I think he's going to be really put into the spotlight as a key piece for this Astros offense because they got all the other guys at the top of the lineup. They got Jordan, they got everybody, Altuve. So I think he's going to be the key piece. He's going to be the key piece to kind of cementing their place in the top of the AL as far as contending with the Yankees and everything.
Yeah, if I had to pick J-Rod or Pena, I'd also go with Pena. I think this dude's going to be a staple of the Houston Astros team for the next, 5-10 years if they end up wanting to pay him. Talk about a replacement for Carlos Correa. I don't think they could have found a better guy. This dude's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. He's hitting 280, 8 bombs, plays great defense. The dude's really fucking good. He's from Rhode Island. Shout out Ollie. He's so good. He's so good. He might not be as flashy or as cool or as trendy as Julio Rodriguez, whatever his name is. He might not be, as flashy and cool as him. That dude is an absolute swag hound. But Pena is, he's been one of the most reliable guys in this entire Houston lineup the whole season.
Yeah.
He's so good. Another guy on this list who's definitely not going to win, but I want to give a shout out to is Jose Siri, who I think is extremely underrated, especially defensively. He's been getting the starts in center field, and since he's been getting the starts in center field, the Astros have not skipped a beat. They've actually really kicked it up and have been playing a lot better. That dude's a freak in center field. I really like this kid. He's got a spot on this Houston team for a while, too. I hate how they're such a good, well-run organization. They've always got young guys coming up like this. Houston, I could see them winning the World Series. Again, this team is so fucking good. Verlander was throwing 97 last night. Give me a break. How is he doing this? How is he doing it? That team scares the hell out of me.
100%. And, while we're talking about Verlander, let's talk about that Cy Young.
Yeah. I'm down. Let me pull up the odds. Let's see.
He's the favorite at plus 400 right now. I don't want to be biased in saying this, but I think for me, the best pitcher in the AL right now is Shane McClanahan.
Hey, let's go. This is why I want to talk about him so bad.
Yeah. So at this point in time, I don't think you'd give the Cy Young to Verlander. I can't lie. But I think over the course of the year, first of all, I don't think he's going to be able to keep this up. I know he keeps saying that, and he keeps out producing and everything. But I think by the end of the year, Shane McClanahan's really going to get up there with the respect with the voters, especially. This is a guy 2.10 ERA, league leading strikeouts. But the thing is, he goes out every time and he strikes out teams that don't strike out. He goes and puts up 8 and 9 against the White Sox, strikes everybody out, double-digit times, and everybody keeps fading his strikeout number, even though he keeps getting it. I just think he's been the best pitcher in the AL, the most dominant pitcher in the AL. I think Verlander is going to start to be a little inconsistent. We've seen it in his last 2 starts. He hasn't come out as strong. But, if this kind of continues the way that I think it will, I think it's McClanahan's to win. I think it'll be tough kind of swaying the voters because it is Justin Verlander at the end of the day versus a Rays pitcher. But that's just my take on it.
You're not taking Nestor Cortez at plus 700?
No, I'm not. I might bet on him today, but I'm not taking a Cy Young.
Oh, come on. Boo. Boo. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think Verlander's peaked this season. The dude keeps proving people wrong, so who fucking knows? But, the guy's got to get tired at some point. He's got to show some age, and that's only going to come, in his 20th start, right? He's only going to get worse, in my opinion. Not rooting against him. The dude's fucking awesome. He's dating Kate Upton, married to Kate Upton. So he's already winning every day he wakes up. But I mean, I'm not going anywhere near Verlander at plus 425. Not going anywhere near Garrett Cole at plus 600. That's absolutely absurd that he has the third shortest odds.
It's such an absolute joke that he's there.
So dumb.
I think there's a lot of value on a lot of these pitchers in the AL though. So like I could very easily see any of them kind of going on a run and some of the others starting to fall off. Like Nestor does have good value. Same with Alek Manoah.
I was literally just about to say.
Even
Manoah honestly is a good play.
Like there's value on a lot of guys in the AL.
How about Michael Kopech? Kopech at plus 3,000, who whenever he's on TV turns it up another gear. The dude's an absolute freaking animal. Last night he did it again. He did it again on TV. I think he had 8 strikeouts in a 1 or 2 hit ball game. I tweeted out his stat line. I forget what it was exactly, but the dude absolutely dealt against the Dodgers, guys. The Dodgers have lost 3 in a row again. This dude's a stud. Man bun or no man bun, I don't like it, but the dude's an absolute stud on the mound. He's turning out to be the prospect that we've all been waiting for years. Absolute years. Like this dude, I've been waiting for this guy to be legit for a while when he was throwing 105 on the Red Sox like 5-6 years ago as a prospect. So I love watching this dude pitch. He's a strikeout machine. Him at plus 3,000, I think is great value. I thought it was cool to see Scooball at plus 2,000 on this list. Good for him. He deserves it. He deserves it.
He's never going to win it, but I mean, he's
definitely not going to win. Numbers. Definitely not going to win. All right, NL Cy Young. We got Corbin Burns at plus 400, Musgrove at plus 600, along with Sandy at 600, and then somehow Carlos Rodon is plus 1,000, which I wish I could somehow fade that somehow. I don't even know how I would fade that, but that dude is I don't think he's good. There, I said it. I don't think he's good, at least right now. I was so high on him earlier in the year. I think that's why I'm so biased. I was like, this guy's about to be the ace for this team. He's about to be a dog, maybe one of the best left-handed arms in all of baseball, but he's been atrocious over the last month and a half. The play here is Sandy Alcantara in my mind. Yeah. Do I think Sandy Alcantara loses today against the Nats and Josiah Gray outpitches him? Sure, 1,000%. I really do. At least Nats plus 1.5. I think Josiah Gray's get a deal today against another young arm in Miami because he loves pitching on the road. But Sandy plus 600 here, or even Pablo Lopez at plus 1,000. Either one of those guys, I really like. But I'd go Sandy here at plus 600 if I had to lock something in. That's what I would play. There's some guys with longer odds here, like Josh Hader. I mean, you can kiss that goodbye. He'd have to probably go, the whole year without blowing a save to win the Cy Young, to be honest with you. It's just really fucking hard to win a Cy Young as a closer. But there's some guys with really long odds here who aren't terrible, like Chris Bassett's on here, Kyle Wright's on here at plus 3,500, plus 4K. There's guys have some serious value. Yu Darvish plus 6,600, Gonsolin plus 6,600. But to be honest, man, Sandy's the play here in my mind. That dude looks unhittable. Unhittable.
100%. I'm with you. I think he's been absolutely dominant. And Corbin Burns has been dominant at times, but we've also seen where he can be really bad, where he has no command, where he gets hit around a little bit. And I think we haven't seen that too much with Sandy. I know he's had, I think, 2 bad starts back at the beginning of last month, but all the starts other than that, he has been absolutely lights out. He looks like one of the best pitchers in the league. I think if you're looking for a guy with like the really, really long odds, I'd probably have to go with Tony Gonsolin. Just off of looking at who's the best pitcher down at these odds. But we see it with Vegas, and we probably would see it with the baseball writers too. They don't respect this guy, and I don't really get it. Oh. And it's weird to say that.
Just like Trey Turner.
Yeah, overshadowed him being a Dodgers pitcher, but yeah, he's really underrated. Like just saying in chat, I don't understand it. The guy goes out and deals every game. He's been easily I would say their best pitcher. Bueller's not been it. Urias hasn't been it. A lot of their rotation has sucked. And Kershaw's been hurt.
I would literally, if I had one game to win the World Series and needed a guy to pitch on that team, I'd literally pick him. I'd 100%. Pick Gonsolin right now, without a doubt.
100%. Without a doubt. It feels so strange saying that a guy is so slept on and underrated being a Dodgers pitcher, but I still don't understand it, both from the futures perspective and the game-to-game perspective. He's very undervalued, which I don't get it. So if I had to take any guy at those long odds, it would be him. But I wouldn't count on them to show him his respect, but he deserves it.
Couldn't agree more. And I know if Cam's in here, he's definitely juiced. He is in here. Let's go. Javon, you just did some things to me. I mean, yeah, Cam, 1,000%, dude. The guy deserves more respect. We can all agree on that. Anyone who actually knows or watches baseball knows that. Ridiculous line. The Pirates got a base runner, guys. Pirates got a base runner. Let's fucking go. Man on first, 1 out. Let's see if they can score a run. That'd be really, really cool. This series has been so boring.
Yeah.
Oh, base hit. Let's go. First and third. Give me first and third.
Who's on third?
Oh, Chang, I think.
Okay.
Who hits like the bottom of their lineup, I think. This lineup is ridiculous. Perez just got a hit. I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
Michael Perez. Oh, so Brian Hayes is up, right?
Yep.
Nice.
All right, they got life. Come on, guys. Is anyone in here on the Pirates? Let me know if you're on the Pirates in chat. I got to know who to congratulate if they score here, which they're probably not going to do. I can't believe I faded a guy named Fudell. Like, his name is literally Fade. I feel like that's the squarest play you could do. I feel like you have to bet on Fudell.
See, I had no side in this game, but I do have runs and RBI for Brian Hayes, so I'd like that.
All right. Well, he's up right now.
Would like that.
First and third, 1 out. Please no double play. Brian Hayes, earn that bag, buddy. Earn that bag. You got paid. Earn that bag. Come on, bro. I love watching Brian Hayes play. He's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a couple minutes before my guy Chef T comes on here. Javon, any plays that stick out to you? Any prize picks that stick out to you? Anything on your mind before we shift over to a little cooking sesh?
Yeah, so I mean, I like so much on the prize picks board today that I'm genuinely having trouble narrowing it down. So like when I take them to the surgical stream, like it very well could be different. But one of my favorites, like first of all, I won't explain this one, but I'm going back to the well with Christopher Morel, runs an RBI. I think he's in a great spot. But I also really like Trevor's Story today, which guy hasn't been like great, but I like the spot, especially with Xander being out of the lineup because he's probably going to be hitting cleanup. Maybe they shuffle up the top of that order and even have him third. I don't know how that's going to work, but I just really love the matchup against Detmers today, and I think he's in a good spot. The thing I usually worry about with Trevor's Story is the guys hitting behind him. I think it should be Verdugo at the least. So I like that a lot, and I'll be diving into that a little deeper soon. But
somebody asked, they don't have access to prize picks. Do you like replacing hitters' fantasy scores with total bases?
Yes. I think the ideal way to do it is if you have a hits, runs, and RBI category, because those are usually at 2. But I kind of try to specify what I like. Here, I probably wouldn't do that just because I'm taking the runs and RBI, but I'll try and specify some good substitutes.
Good looks. My eyes are locked in on this game. And let's Brian Hayes at bat. I think it's 2-2. I'm getting some serious glare on my TV. 2-2. Brian Hayes, first and third, 1 out. Just put the ball in play, buddy. Just put the ball in play, bud. Just put the ball in play. And he struck out. Okay. Nice. Nice. Super beat for everyone. Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for my guy Chef T to come on here. Super stoked. Javon, if you've got another 2-piece hold the fry today, please let me know. Please text it to me before you release it to the public and the lines move because they're listening.
Yeah. I got you. I just as far as combinations go, I don't really know what I'm going to go with today. It's just I got a lot of things I got to figure out how to put together.
Hey, don't overthink it, but don't underthink it.
Oh yeah,
just think it the right amount. Don't overthink, but don't underthink.
The thing is, like my strategy is usually just to take a bunch of plays and throw a bunch of 2-teamers. But I think today there's probably too many for me to do that. So I don't know. I'll be figuring it out. We'll be talking in the spaces. We'll throw that 5-piece as well. But
we're definitely crafting up a 5-piece today. Are you available for a little spaces action this afternoon?
Yep, I will be.
Need it. Absolutely need it. No days off. You got a day off yesterday, no more.
Yeah.
I was also unavailable yesterday today. So but what do you think about fade Nestor Cortez today?
Not going to catch me doing it. Definitely not going to catch me doing it.
Do you think that line is pretty accurate or what's up with that? I mean, the line opened up at at Yankees minus 145, and it's all the way at Yankees minus 180.
Well, the thing is, like I feel like we've seen it be in between kind of that 140, 180 type number continually with Nestor Cortez. So, like, I'm not worried about the price because the guy continues to win. As far as, and I think a lot of people are forgetting, they just think the Twins are this terrible team. They're not a bad team. Like, they're not. Yeah, they're not at all. And I think
they're just not flashy.
Yeah, exactly.
Not flashy, I think no big names.
People look at them as kind of in the same conversation as those, bottom of the barrel teams, and they're like, "Oh, why are the Yankees a short of a favorite?" I think it's pretty perfectly priced. I think as far as Archer goes, I think he's in for a decent amount of trouble today, especially against kind of the middle of that lineup because Archer's. I see him walking the ballpark today. That's also why I'm probably going to be on Rizzo hits and walks, but I see him having trouble today. Obviously, doesn't go deep in games, so in a bullpen game. Essentially, like you're betting on bullpens, I'm taking the Yankees over the Twins.
Yeah, the Twins bullpen. I mean, I don't think the Yankees bullpen is anything really special with Chapman, how he's been pitching and being kind of hurt with a couple other guys, out for the year, Chad Green. But I'll tell you right now, this Twins bullpen is worse. They're worse. They're terrible. They got shelled last night. So, Javon, we'll be talking later today, my man. I'm going to bring up Chef T. We're going to go over some cooking up some winners, and he's going to cook up some crab cakes literally on video. So we'll be seeing Javon. Thanks for coming on, my man. Really excited to hear your pitch on the surgical stream coming up. Please text me a 2-teamer dreamer once you have it figured out. No pressure. Don't overthink it. Don't underthink it. Think it the perfect amount. Whatever buttons I got to click, just let me know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be figuring it out.
We'll be seeing Javon. Appreciate it, bro. Chef T.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How we doing, man?
Dude, I'm doing all right. Dude, I'm sorry. I ran out of time. I can't make the crab cakes, and I was making a sandwich for the stream, and then I got hungry, so I started eating it. And so, I'm just playing. How you doing, brother? How you doing?
Doing well, my dude. Doing well. You almost crushed my little heart, but
oh, I'm sorry.
Glad to know you were just little pregame snack, little pre-stream snap.
Yeah, exactly,
guys,
exactly.
Give my man. Let's get some dubs in chat for Chef T coming up here. He's going to give us a little crab cake recipe, which is actually way simpler than I think a lot of people expect. I'm super stoked to kind of hear the breakdown. Let's get some dubs in chat for my guy Chef T, who's going to give us a dank ass crab cake recipe. Super stoked to see it, and we're going to talk some baseball as well. I know my man is a Cubs fan, so we'll talk some baseball. But Chef T, how's it going, man? How's it hanging?
Good. Yeah, great. Yeah, excited to be on. Excited to make this for you. Like you said, very simple, and you wouldn't think that something you think crab is elegant, which it is. But when you're doing a crab cake, it's a really nice appetizer. You can make it an entree for sure, but it's a nice game day snack that's actually really simple if you've got the right ingredients. Not too many ingredients, actually. So I know that you were mentioning, obviously you're from the East Coast and crab is very popular there. Unfortunately, I'm in the, right in the middle crack of the U.S. and right outside Chicago. So we don't have crab. And like I said, when I was talking to you earlier, it's probably like $100 to get 6 crabs shipped to my.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But they've got the store-bought crab meat, which is ready to eat. It's about $15. And this will make, 3 or 4 crab cakes delicious. And crab is actually one of my favorite foods. So this is a great thing for, lunch, appetizer, whatever you want. So, I mean, we can just kind of get going. I'll go over all the ingredients right now real quick.
Please.
Obviously, you got your crab here. And crabs, I know that you probably have access to some of the most amazing regular crab cakes out there. And so hopefully this, will live up to your standards. But we've got breadcrumbs as a coagulant kind of with the egg. This is either going to make it very wet, and then you have to add more breadcrumbs. If it's too dry, you add more egg. And then you've got your seasonings. Really just garlic. I'm a big garlic fan. This thing is like the size of my head, and we go through one about every 3 months. We use garlic and everything, and I just dropped an egg, so that's cool.
Charges of the game. That's all right.
Exactly.
Let's go. You guys need to take notes on what he's showing you guys right now. This is the most underrated seasoning ever. I got one right here, bro.
Perfect.
Can't make it up. I honestly, guys, I didn't even plan shit, but this, out of respect, if you guys aren't hip to Old Bay, it's like spicy, like Cajun salt. I guess I kind of describe it as, but it's so fucking good.
It goes on everything. It says here crab, shrimp, chicken. So yeah,
I'm so bricked up right now. Oh my god.
What's really good about this is that you don't even have to put extra salt in your food because this already substitutes for it. So that's the main spice there. Pepper, because you have to add salt and pepper to pretty much everything, and the salt takes care of with the Old Bay. And then diced peppers. Color equals flavor. So you're going to have these very, very finely diced, and that just adds some flavor and some color, and that's, every dish needs that. So let's start. I'll just start mixing, and as I go along, we can just keep chatting if you want.
Hell yeah, my man. Hell yeah. Yeah, guys, very, very simple. And I love a good crab cake. Gosh, I'm spoiled being from Maryland originally, which is like the center of the best crabs on earth, straight up. Chesapeake blue crabs are the best. If you haven't had them, next time you're in Maryland or on the East Coast, definitely try them out. I've been blessed with having good seafood my whole life. I'm in Virginia now, right outside of DC, so not too far away. Whenever I go home, I still try to find some good crab cakes. So these are going to absolutely smack. Javon, you're 1,000% right. I'm super stoked. Chef T, I know you've got a couple really cool ballpark foods that you wanted to run by us and see if we could guess, what park they're in, which I'm really excited to do. But before we do that, I want to talk about your Cubbies a little bit. Your Cubbies have been okay, right? They've been kind of up and down. They've been a pretty good dog for me, at least this year, betting wise. They're pretty much always a plus value. They're definitely not the Nats, right? They're not, the worst team in the league or down that bad. But what's the morale around this team, around Chicago? I know you're local to that area. Are people like this is disappointing? Or people like this is a rebuild? Where's the head at?
So basically, and I'm going to add a little Worcestershire, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Last year and the year before, we knew that the old 2016 Cubs were coming to an end. We were all, super stoked after 2016, hoping that these are young guys. They're going to keep a lot of the guys, Rizzo, Bryant, Baez, Contreras, those key players. We still have Hendricks, and I think he's pretty much the last remaining 2016 Cub that won the World Series along with Contreras. But we got rid of a lot of guys, and so that was pretty heartbreaking, And so this year, honestly, after Bodie hurt his shoulder, he was one of my favorite players. It was really heartbreaking because we got guys like, Schwindel. Suzuki coming in was probably the highlight of the preseason, knowing that he's going to be a stud. I don't know what his line is right now at Rookie of the Year, but I think I got it at plus 300. I put a unit on that because he was projected to do really well, and he still is. So, but
he's at plus 600 right now. He's at plus 600. Okay. You got to watch out for Mackenzie Gore, the pitcher from the Padres. That dude's incredible, but I'd say Seiya has probably the second best chance, maybe third. I guess Nolan Gorman is in between those guys, but Seiya's got the third shortest odds. I mean, I still think he's got a chance. He's been pretty up and down. He started out so hot when he came over, which is really rare, and that's why people were gassing him up. And he's cooled off a little bit for sure, but the dude's still having a heck of a rookie campaign. So that's got to be a plus for you guys, right? You got a nice young guy to root for to go along with Contreras, who, I mean, we all know is one of the best catchers in baseball.
Contreras, Willie, he's the one of the last ones hanging on from that 2016. And I know I keep saying 2016. It was just like the highlight of my life, my Cubs life.
100%.
And a lot of people hang on to that, and it was really, really sad to see. KB, he knew it was his last game before he got traded to the Giants, and he was just sitting in Wrigley Field after the game, and it was really, really heartbreaking.
I remember that. That was brutal. That was brutal.
I will say,
Gosh.
I'm very happy for Coins and the Yanks for getting Rizzo. Rizzo seems like one of the best dudes out there, just overall.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy for them. Really happy that he got traded there for Coins, and so obviously those guys were some of the favorite Cubs. But yeah, real quick. So
Pirates bang. My bad, Chef T, but Pirates fucking bang. 1-1. Let's fucking go. All right, continue.
Real quick. The good thing about this with cooked crab, and one of my main things when I'm cooking is it's always a plus when you're not cooking raw food, because you can taste along the way. And that's a very important thing when you're cooking. It's about the journey. It's not about the end result. That's a really good payoff. And if the end result is really delicious, perfect. But it's about the journey along the way and figuring out what do you add, what do you remove, what do you substitute. And so as as you're mixing these ingredients, you can try this out and then see if it needs anything. Cut it out.
You're good.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It doesn't need any more Old Bay. So what I'll do now is I'll add the egg.
Is that like almost like a glue kind of? Like it'll help hold the crab cakes together?
Exactly.
Okay.
And if it's
I'm no chef, but
no, you're absolutely right. And if it's too wet, then we obviously add more breadcrumbs, and that'll absorb it. If it's too dry, we add more egg. It's as easy as that. Awesome. It's very simple.
And then how long do you usually, I know we'll get to it, but it cooks quick, right? You throw it on a skillet, I'm assuming, and cook it up for a little bit.
Yeah. So if you have one thing that you need to cook, which is the egg, all you're doing is really making sure that the egg is cooked through and having the color on both sides of the cake. So that's really all you're doing. Crabs, when your roommate used your air fryer the other day, I was like, I wonder if a crab cake could go in the air fryer. So we're gonna We're gonna do 2 crab cakes. We're gonna do one in the air fryer, one on the stove.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
All right.
Gosh, I need to go. I might have to drive home and see the fam and get a crab cake straight up. This is insane. So underrated.
So while we're doing this, while we're mixing, it seems good. All I'm gonna do right now is, I know we're running out of time. We got about 16 minutes left. I'm gonna press these into the patty, but I'm gonna start off with my trivia for you. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off a couple of famous food items from ballparks, as well as new food items and restaurants that are tied to ballparks. Now, this is just strictly off of like an hour or two of research of seeing if there's a specific niche that each ballpark has. So then I'll give Chad about like 30 seconds to a minute for each one. Krabs, you discuss it out loud. What region you think. Some are tricky, some are easy. So I'll just, I'll keep cooking here and I'll kick it off, and you can just kind of talk through it, and then I'll give you the answer at the end. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Plan.
Okay. So we're going to start off with the Rattler. Okay. This is a dish.
Okay.
It's a rattlesnake sausage with venom sauce.
Ooh.
I don't know what venom sauce is, but think about that for 30 seconds.
I mean, venom sauce, it's got to be some sort of spicy sauce, and that sounds delicious. It's got to be Arizona. It's got to be the D-backs. I'm assuming, but based on the name, it's got to be the Snakes.
You'd think, right? You'd think. That's what I thought too.
Wow. Is this a trick play?
It is a trick play.
Okay. Let's see what chat's saying. A lot of D-backs answers.
That's what you think. That's what you think.
That's what you think. The venom sauce, you'd think it'd be the D-backs. Any other guesses, chat? We know it's not the Snakes. I'm shocked. Venom sauce, bang. Trent said.
All right, the answer.
Oh, we got a Padres guess. Padres?
No, not Padres.
Texas Rangers.
There we go. Globe
Hey, coin snatch.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah, bro.
Good. Yeah, it was a little bit of a curveball, but I thought that was pretty interesting. Okay, next one. Okay, also, I'm making these patties not too big and not too thick because we don't want to burn the outside, right? We just want to get color on both sides, the egg cooked through, and then we're done. Okay. So Next thing is, now this is going to be maybe easy for some of you. I don't know how old you guys are, or if you guys have been around a while, but there's a field that has the Comiskey dog.
Gosh,
Comiskey dog.
Comiskey Park. What park is that? Shit. Gosh, man. The Comiskey dog.
If anybody knows Comiskey,
people are saying. Somebody said Fenway. Someone said San Francisco. Ooh,
no.
I think it's the White Sox from what people are saying now.
I was gonna say I must be old as shit because Comiskey was the old White Sox field.
Yeah, that's okay. So I knew it was a park, but I forgot where it was. I've actually driven past that park. I'm pretty sure. How old is that one, or is that the new one?
Oh my God! So it's guaranteed rate field right now. It used to be Comiskey Park. Yeah, used to be Comiskey Park, which is what I knew it as a kid. So I'm showing my age a little bit. I'm actually 72. I know I sound 33, but I'm actually pushing retirement. I'm just kidding. I'm like 33, I think.
I was about to say, holy smokes, Chef T, you look good for 72. Holy shit.
I know. All right, crab cakes are ready. We're gonna put them in the air fryer, sear them.
Let's go. They look gas. We might have to get a. Can we get a close up? Can we get a close up, or you got dirty hands? Okay. Hell yeah, perfectly rounds.
Yep.
And they're gonna look nice and crispy when they come out. I'm stoked. Some peppers in there. I love that play. I mean,
color equals flavor, fat equals flavor, and that's all you got to do. The peppers are not in there for anything other than a little bit of sweetness and color, because when your food looks good, it tastes good. That's how it is. So
100%. Like you said, it's not all about the taste or the end result. It's about the experience, right?
Exactly.
It's watching you cook and talk about the recipe. It's very relaxing to me, honestly.
Good.
I'm not out here. I'm not a Michelin star chef, but I really do enjoy food. That's for sure. I'm a pretty big dude, and I love eating. And this has been great, my man. This is going to be unbelievable. So you got some, what is that? Vegetable oil, olive oil? What are you using in that?
This is extra virgin olive oil. So the one thing that I like to splurge on in the kitchen is extra virgin olive oil that you can get that is direct from Italy. It tastes so much better than than the regular, generic store-bought crap. Like, this is the stuff that you need to splurge on. So I'm turning this to medium heat. We're going to let that heat up for about 30 seconds.
Cool.
And then in the meantime, let's see what's next. This is cool. The Red Cow Burger. It's 60% ground beef, 40% bacon.
Whoa.
Yeah.
First of all, that sounds incredible. Gosh, where could that be? The Red Cow Burger. What stadium would put that in? I'm trying to think.
Honestly, I'm going to give this one pretty quickly because this is not where you think it would be.
I'm hearing Cincinnati, people are saying. We'll give the chat a couple guesses. Twins.
Sure. Twins.
Prize Picks guru. What are you
nice.
Freaking? He's a ballpark food guru too. Change your name, bro. Minnesota. Let's go.
Right. All right,
the Red Cow Burger. That sounds delicious.
It sounds delicious. It sounds like a heart attack, but it sounds delicious.
For sure. Yep.
Speaking of heart attacks, the Blooper Burger. It's a massive sandwich including chicken tenders, hot dogs, and 4 fucking cheeseburgers.
Holy shit. So this is something you're probably like cutting up, you're splitting it with like your people with you, right? You're not housing this whole thing. I guess
you slug enough beers beforehand. I mean, you could. I don't know.
You could do anything's possible, honestly. If you
anything's possible.
Beers. Yeah, that's a fact. I'm hearing Philly. I'm hearing Braves. ZBO. Zebo. Oh, my guy Zach.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Nice.
What's good, Zach? Good guess, my man. Gosh, are the burgers stacked like on top of each other, or are they like? That? I don't even know. That's a lot of burgers going on.
That's a lot of burgers going on.
Yeah.
I actually saw a picture of it. Google it when you get a chance. It's fucking insane. It looks insane.
What'd you say what was the name of it again?
The Blooper Burger.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta check that out.
All right, so we got one in the skillet. We're doing medium heat because you don't want to burn the shit out of it.
Right.
One in the air fryer. Krabs, this is your air fryer recipe for later today.
Let's go.
Yeah, so this is going to be really, and like I said, this is really easy. The only raw thing is egg. You just add the lumped crab. God, I wish I had some Chesapeake crab to be able to put in here, but this is what I got my hands on, and it works. So
hey, it plays. I told you, you get a pass. You get a pass.
Yeah.
No way you should be paying $100 to ship in 6 crabs. That's absurd. They are expensive. Yeah. Just so you know, it's probably about $100 for a dozen crabs around here. So
wow,
that's twice the price. So that's a lot. Crabs are expensive, no doubt. But
yeah,
6 crabs for $100. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, got a few more here. Let's see. All right, so this is a restaurant, and I'm really hoping that somebody specific, and if they're watching chat, can get it. It's a Gaglione Brothers. They serve cheesesteaks with Cheese Whiz and traditional cheese. This might be a tough one.
The Gaglione Brothers. I feel like that might be up in New York or something. Is that Mets?
You'd think.
Is it a restaurant in a park?
That's what I'm understanding. It might be like just a branch in the park. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But Gaglione Brothers has a restaurant in this park.
Fenway?
No.
Brewers, I'm hearing in chat.
No.
Phillies, which I thought would make too much sense because it's a cheesesteak.
And they might have Philly, like they might have a branch in Phillies. I just saw this as one of the main attractions here. I'll give it off to you. It's Petco Park, the Padres.
Okay. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone actually did just guess the Padres. I'll give them credit. My guy, Check MV3 Padres. Good call, my man. Chat is a little bit delayed. Let's go. What a get.
Who serves a pork and cheese? I've never seen this or heard of this, but who serves the pork and cheese? It's a play on traditional cheesesteak with slow roasted pork and spicy dressing.
Well, number one, that sounds absolutely delicious. But yeah,
right.
My brain has never even concocted that idea. Pirates?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to think of an answer for myself. A lot of Pirates answers. I don't know why people keep answering it, but the Guardians? Is it Cleveland?
No. Where's Jovan?
Red Sox. Jovan might be lurking around, but that gives a pretty good hint. That should know. We'll see how quick they are with that hint. Coin Snatch got it again. Tampa.
Yes, sir.
You got Tampa. Okay, that might be the only good thing that stadium has going for it. is that food? So very, very cool.
How much time?
People actually did get it towards the end, so that's good. Gosh, that looks so good, my man. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Look how crispy it is.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. And I got one in the air fryer. I know we got a few minutes, so what I'm going to do is this will finish in probably 30 seconds. Like I said, you only need to hit it a little bit hot and fast. And if you eat a little bit of raw egg, it's fine. Like you don't need to eat. Yeah, you don't need to eat completely cooked through eggs. And so you just want to get some color on it. And like I said, it's a really nice, quick appetizer that actually could impress somebody too.
So how long did you spend on each side generally?
Okay. I'm checking it, and honestly, this isn't like a frozen pizza where you can set it and forget it. So you're wanting to watch this thing, but honestly, generally probably like 1.5 to 2 minutes each side. So it's not too bad.
Dude, I can't. I need that thing. Can you freeze that and send it my way?
Yeah, you send some crabs my way. I will send you this.
I might have to go out to the freaking river and catch them myself. They're fun to catch. I don't know if you know the process, but like
no.
A lot of people I'm from Annapolis, Maryland, right by the water. A lot of people have like docks off the end of their house, right, going right into the Chesapeake Bay. And what you do is you hang like a turkey neck or like a chicken neck, which sounds disgusting. You hang it on a little string and you just tie it to the dock, throw it over the edge, and you just wait. You wait like 10 minutes-ish, and by 10 minutes, a crab should be up there just nibbling on it. It sounds gross, but they're super easy to catch. Like I've gone crab hunting a bunch of times. It's so easy. And look how delicious this looks, man. Oh my gosh.
Look at that thing. Perfect crab cake. Yeah. And then here, real quick, how much time do we have?
We've got about 3 minutes, my man.
All right, real quick. I'll do one more trivia, and then I want to show you something.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I'm like rushing. I know Trent's probably getting
I know.
ready.
Yeah, you're good, bro. Don't rush. You're good.
Yeah.
We got about 3 minutes.
Okay. So here we got this. Okay, now quick, simple sauce. Hold on, let me wash my hands again. I think I probably saw some raw egg on it.
That looks so freaking good, man. Crispy on the outside, but not burnt.
Well,
unbelievable.
In addition to this, you know, I've been cooking. I'm not a professional chef. I have a corporate job. I like to cook on and show things on stream. I know you guys have probably seen some of my stuff on stream. But there's a lot of recipes out there that you might think are hard and difficult that you know, you're just trying to get by. But honestly, just it's about trial and error. If anybody has any questions on stream, like trying to be all about positivity and helping each other out, I'm happy to talk to you guys about trying cooking, because it has literally brought a new, you know, like oomph to my life about 6 or 7 years ago. So.
And it's brought, you know, I think it's very cool. It's different, right? Like when you come on the stream, which I always, you know, really enjoy when you come on, and I know you got, like, you're a grown ass man, you got a family, you got a real big boy job. So you can't be coming on stream every day. I totally get it. But when you come on, it's so relaxing. It's so, you know, soothing. It's such a good change of pace, honestly, for the community, dude. I love hearing you come on and give your plays and watching you make food. Like it's so relaxing. This is like therapy for me.
Good.
Awesome. And what do you love? What sauce you put over here?
And that's what, and real, yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. That's what it's about. Cooking shouldn't be stressful. It should be something that you can put music on and have some wine and yada, 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 and just like really just get lost in it. And that's what I do. So this is technically a remoulade, which is just a sauce. It's a crab sauce. It's mayo, mustard, herbs, and spices. You can put some chive in there. I have some chive, which I'll put on top in a minute. Probably running out of time, but here, we'll do this. And honestly, I started cooking to try to impress a girl, and now she's my wife, and we have a kid. So if you guys are looking to impress somebody that, you know, you want to, you know, date, this is a really good starter appetizer to impress them with.
Take notes. I might have to get this recipe done for Mrs. Krabs and see what I can pull off here. This would be impressive.
There you go.
God, that looks so freaking good. Yeah, let's get a close up real quick, my man.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible, Chef T. Chat, before we go, let's get some dubs for my man Chef T coming on here. He's got me in the absolute best mood of all time right now. This is incredible. Love talking to you a little bit about sports. I love the ballpark segment, honestly. I thought that was really fucking cool. Great idea. And look at that crab cake, guys. You can't tell me that's not a dub. That's absolute brain fuel right there for the day. Yep. You're about to eat that crab cake and have the best MLB picks probably you've ever had. Because how could you not?
Exactly. How could you not? Exactly. Crabs, hey, buddy, I just want to say what you're doing is great. I appreciate you having me on. Let's do this again. And I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much.
Dude, we're 1 bazillion% doing this again. Chef T, you're the man. Guys, give him a follow on Twitter. Good luck today on your bets. And have a great rest of your day, my man. Enjoy the crab cake. You earned it.
Thanks, brother.
We'll be seeing you guys. Thanks for coming. Trent, hit a parlay today, bro. Please. All right, guys.